everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm Jane Morton, I'm a psychic counsellor, and tonight I'm here to give you some advice and help you with any spiritual or general questions, or just a little chit chat, whatever happens. We never know what happens on this show. So please do like and share, and can I just remind you all that I am on YouTube and Facebook, so you may not see everyone's comments and may wonder who I'm talking to, but we are streaming from both. And can I just also remind you that YouTube is our main platform, so please do go over there and subscribe. Hi Stacey, thank you for joining us. I'm just waiting for Mr. Producer to get his act together. I can't see the comments either, Mr. Producer. Can everyone else see the comments? Because we can't see. I can see Stacey, but I can't see nothing else. Hi Holly, thanks for joining us. Hi Gail. Hi Samantha. Hi Lauren. Hi Heidi. Hi Sharon. Hi Julie. Hi Lynn. Hi Abby. Hi Ruth. Hi Tony. Hi Angela. Hi Karen. Love and light right back at you. Hi Alison. Hi, I'm new. Thank you for joining us, Alison. Hi Kim. So something there went out my head. Hi Sapphire. Virtual hug, good vibes. Thank you. Hi Natalie. Hi Sunny. I'm going up and down to see what stream they're on. Hi Hannah. No, it don't matter. You can leave it there, Mr. Producer. Keeps me on my toes. Hi Hasva. Hi Alison. Oh, she's not saying hello to me. Oh, charming. I'll take it. Yeah. Hi Wendy. Hi Kelly. Hi Ian. Oh, all right then. Okay, Mr. Producer. Hi Penny. We will be. Hi. Hi Jane. That's a great name, isn't it? Right. So have we got any questions, Mr. Producer? Has anyone asked a question? Or is it all hellos? All hellos at the moment. Okay. Let me know. Hello, lovely Tina. Let me know where you're all coming from tonight as well. Don't forget we've got Ricky and Tyler on after me, coming from the States. So tune in for that. Oh, first time, Sharon. Thank you for joining us. We are on YouTube as well. So all you Facebook people, please do check us out on YouTube. That is our main platform. Hi, lovely Terry. From Yellowknife, Canada. That's great, Karen. It is a funny name, Yellowknife. Yeah, it's not something you have to like to see on your post, is it? Yellowknife. It's a great name, though. From Fleetwood in Lancashire. Lovely. I used to look a bit of Fleetwood Mac as well. Not showing my age. North East Durham. Well, I'm proud of my age. I don't care. North East Durham we got. No one's asking me a question. So, hi from Essex. Hi, Natalie. So if anyone's new then, or the newbies, and Tony from Essex. Oh, got some Essex people in the house tonight, Mr. P. Oh, yeah, we've just done Natalie. So it's Natalie, Tony. You've been in the sun, Mr. P. Well, look, Maxine, we're getting. That reminds me of Birds of a Feather, Maxine. Hi, Erin from Northern California. Lovely. So anyone new and anyone just tuning in, I am tonight's show. I'm a psychic counsellor, and it's about advice and general sort of questions. And I'm going to apologise now for the smoke alarm that started doing that while I was prepping for the show. This has happened before, isn't it? It's mad, and the dog might go a little bit ballistic. Yeah, so I'm a psychic counsellor, and tonight's show is about advice and questions and just general chit chat. I am a psychic, tarot reader, medium, healer, and a holistic therapist. So I do quite a few things to bag, but tonight is like an advice line. So please do ask away any questions. It can be spiritually based, it can be general based, and then I will do a little card reading. And please do like and share whatever platform you're on. Please do get other people to come in and see us. Ian, lots of uncertainty at work and was wondering which way it will go. Okay. Just been talking about work, haven't we, Mr. P? Ian, you must have read my mind. I don't know about reading yours. And I don't read people's minds before anyone starts looking up. Have we got Ofcom? Have our psychic counsellors got any ombudsman? Yeah, right, Ian, let me see. I'm just getting right, I've just picked for you Material Harvest, number 9, Mr. P. Okay, lovely. When I picked that in, before I even looked at what it was called and the picture, straight away 9's come out to me quite it's quite sort of jumping at me, actually. I feel like it's leaping out at me. 9 in the psychic tarot, which is what I'm using, it's still very similar to the normal tarot, and 9 is obviously coming to the end of an era. So it's coming, something's coming to an end, something's coming to a close. And that's what 9 was sort of symbolising to me when I picked it out. So I just feel that there's I'm getting something across my forehead here as well. I just feel that there has been some changes, but they are actually coming to a close. I'm not sure if people have been worried about some sort of redundancy or taking some sort of severance, because I feel that people have been, when I'm looking at the card, I'm getting a sense that people are weighing up their options, weighing up whether to take early retirement, weighing up whether to take pensions, weighing up whether to take severance. I feel there's been people working out how they can manage, but I do feel it's a little bit presumptuous at the moment. I don't feel that although there may be some areas of the work that may be coming to an end or maybe merging into something else, which is what's affecting people's worry, I haven't actually seen any redundancies in this position. So when I don't know if that's what you was asking either, because that's just what I'm getting. As soon as I look at it, I'm getting a sense that people are concerned about their job. They're worried, are they safe? They're worried, are they secure? And I think anyone would be in any sort of job that isn't, unless you work for the NHS or somewhere like that at the moment, everyone's worried because they've either been furloughed or they've had to take time out, or their hours have been cut. There's lots of stuff that's gone on, and people have obviously clearly had to manage on small, a lesser income. And I just feel with this Material Harvest, it's almost, I feel like you may have been weighing up your options, what to do for the best. I want to say hang in there for the moment, because I do feel there could be some kind of money payment offered in a scenario that you may consider taking. But I wouldn't, it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, don't worry, what will be, and work's work, and when one door closes, another one opens. And it is easy to say that, but actually if you try and stay open-minded about it, try not to worry about it, and again, work is what gives us finances, that's what keeps us going, that's how we support ourselves and our family. So it is very worrying times when people are worried about their jobs or their income coming in. But we do also need to be still try and stay quite sort of calm with it, because that way it seems it gives us better options and makes us think clearer. Because I do feel at the moment, because when I first turned it, I was doing this with my head. I feel like I want to crinkle all my hair, my forehead up. I feel there's a lot of worry going on, and at the moment I think it's worry that's not necessary. Yes, that's what I was looking for. I'm weighing our options, just don't know whether to jump or stay. Well, I'm getting stay. That's what I just said. Don't rush anything. I'm getting stay. There's no reason you can't prepare yourself and look at your options. But I'm still getting stay and see what comes, because when people jump sometimes and go too quickly, there could have been a better package. She says, it's because the card, I'm looking at the harvest and I'm seeing packages and I'm seeing things like that. Don't ask how I'll get all this. But I just feel that there could be a better package offered if you sit it out a bit longer. As long as you're still there and getting paid and you know your options, you'll know when you're ready to go. But don't do anything too quickly. Don't be premature with your decision, because I do feel there's stuff going on in the background, but I do feel that's coming to an end. That's what the 9 was telling me. That doesn't necessarily mean that your job's anyway affected. It just means a situation there could be coming to an end. Prepare yourself, but don't jump yet. That would be my advice to you. Don't jump. And I just want to say, and I don't know if anyone around you or yourself has been getting any sort of stomachy complaints as well, but just be mindful of that. That could be stress. That could be what I'm picking up, a bit of stress where you're overthinking and it's making you a bit anxious. So deep breaths, try and stay calm, work out your options, but don't jump yet. Okay, so I hope that makes some sense and gives you a bit of clarity, Ian. Much love to you. Okay. Hi, Leanne from London, round your fire pit. Very nice. Can I just remind everybody, first of all, I can't see all the comments. The lovely Mr. Producer puts the comments up for me. He puts them up, I read them. I've got a little icon on my screen, tells me whether you're a Facebook person or a YouTube person. So if you're watching, you're welcome, Ian, thank you. If you're watching and wondering who I'm talking to and who am I giving a reading to, there is an icon. So there's a bar at the bottom and it will say who I'm giving a reading to and whether they're on YouTube. It does say whether they're on YouTube or Facebook, doesn't it, Mr. P? Yeah. So if you're on Facebook, like Ian was, that I've just read for, you'll see that I'm reading for Ian. If you're on YouTube, you won't. If you're on YouTube, so just be okay. This is what happens when you stream to 2 things. But yeah, just be mindful there are 2 live platforms going out, so 2 different streams going out. But YouTube is where we now sit. That is where we live in the SPTV world. That's where we'd like you to go over and subscribe. And that's where most of the entertaining chat goes on, people. If you want a little giggle, go over to YouTube and see what they're all talking about behind my back. Great little community. Yeah. But they can still, you can watch, when you're on YouTube, you can watch on both. So it sometimes gives you a bit of an upper hand there as well. But also the community is great on SPTV. So you will have a little giggle at all the little comments they're doing. And then, no, they're not talking about me. They're just in general talking about usually food, them lot. But yeah, so please be mindful of that. Alison, thank you. I've only just found out about Matt as well, so I've just said that to Mr. P. So yes, anyone that knows Matt and Kirsty, let's send lots of healing out to Matt and hope he feels better soon. And I've only just found out they didn't do their show last night, so hope I'm making up for it, you guys. But yeah, lots of love and healing sent to Matt. Hi, Daniela. Do you want me to tell her that, Mr. P? No. Hi, Pam. Pamela. Oh, okay. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Kaylee. Thanks for joining me, Kaylee. Hi, Renee. Oh, yeah, from South Africa. Lovely. Hi, Lulu from South London. Hi, Tina. If someone does not believe in life after death, does it take longer for them to wake up on the outside? No. There you go, Tina. Moving on, Tina. Moving on. No. the problem is everyone has a different opinion, even us spiritual people. We all have our different little ways and different little what we think may happen. But the crux of it is, and I have actually had disputes with people over this, some sort of very, well, people that have worked for many years in this field as well. Some sort of process that if you're in a sort of more lower life level in this life, that you only go to a certain level in that life. That is not true either, because we don't know in this life as a human being what we were previously, and if we are actually some kind of ascended master sent here to do a job. So when you go back, you will automatically rise right back to your ascended level, which is classed as ascension, which is something I've studied anyway. So for me, because I've studied ascension, when people pass over, whether they were cantankerous here, whether they totally didn't believe in anything to do with spirituality or even Christianity, anything to do with anything, they have a total different outlook when they pass over, because they go back to their soul state, which is their happy state. Any illnesses disappear, their memories come back of all their previous lives, everything comes back, and they see everything through different glasses. And it's a bit like here, we're looking through rose-tinted glasses, but as soon as you've passed over, everything's back to how you remember it years, centuries, lifetimes ago, and it all comes flooding back to you. And you look down at everyone. I always say look down, but they're actually around us. They're next to us. They're around us. They're in front of us. They're behind us. They're not actually up there. That's the crazy thing when spirit is around us. And they are literally looking down and looking around, smiling at us. So I don't believe it takes them longer. The only thing, I'll give you an example, Tina, before Mr. P moves me on. My dad was a total non-believer, thought it was all a load of rubbish, and anyone paying to go and see a tarot reader or a medium needed their head banged together. And his favourite saying was, "You din." That's what he used to say. When my dad passed a few years back, we'd already booked to see a medium. So after the funeral, the platform medium was the next day. So I still went because, that's what I do anyway. And he'd passed, it is what it is. He came out. He was the first person to come out. I had several friends in the audience with me that were still sitting on the fence a bit. And he came out, and everything that was said about him, it was obvious it was my dad. There was other family members with me. And I laughed and went, it's funny he's come out, because he totally thought this was a load of old rubbish and used to call me a din, and he didn't believe I could do it. I said, and the platform medium he said, "Shut up, you din. Why can't you take a compliment when I give you one?" And that is exactly how my dad would have spoke. So I knew instantly. So it is quite funny, because he was such a non-believer, but soon, and his next words were, "You're actually quite good at this crap. I'll give you that." So because the medium had spoke how my dad had spoke, I knew I could take to that. It wasn't just, it was literally how he would speak. But also, the only way I'd say that they may have a shock, and again, I haven't passed over yet, not this in this lifetime, is if someone had sudden death and the shock of dying wasn't quite, they haven't taken that in. So when they pass, they may not have accepted they've passed, but that doesn't mean they're just having to adjust the fact they've just passed, not the fact that they're not going to believe what's going on. So there is a process, a little bit of a cleansing process, but certainly not a process for them to not remember what they did here. In fact, they look down and smile, I think, because they realise how different they were here. But we need people like that. We need people to be different here, so that we can all be different and have opinions, and that's what it's all about. It's all a learning curve. So hope that makes sense to you, Tina. Lovely to know. Thank you. Yeah, should we give you a little card, Tina? But yeah, again, some people will have different opinions, but that is truly my opinion. And when you go back to soul state, there is no and what a lovely card, harmony, number 6. The soul holds so much memory, because we have to remember this is just a body. It's a horrible word saying carcass, but this is like a vessel. We're using this vessel to have this life experience down here as a human. When we pass, we literally leave this vessel and our soul goes, and our aura and our field around us and everything is still always with us, because that's our energy. So that goes as well. It's literally just this body that stays behind. So it is quite an amazing process, and unfortunately we don't remember anything about this life until we pass over on our previous lives. But harmony, to me, when I picked that as well, I felt that you've asked that there's a question, you've asked that for a reason, someone around you, because I just get a very quaint, I feel like I've gone back a little bit to a very sort of villagey like place. There's a small church I'm picking up, I'm seeing. Some sort of what they called when you walk through a little wooden gate before you enter the churchyard, with probably got a little bit of gravestones there actually, but some sort of pagoda thing, flowers going around it, and I feel that someone's just walked through that, and I do feel that's a past memory, and that's in some small village that someone lived. And I feel that you were asking that question around this person. So I will wait for her to apologise to me, as I tried 30 odd years to try to get her to believe that. She won't apologise. We don't do apologies when we pass over as well. Yeah, I was a joke. Because we're all love and light when we pass over. So we're all like, do you remember when we did this? It's all forgotten. Everything, even horrible people. And this is why it's hard to believe, especially if someone's done you wrong. Even people that treat you badly in this lifetime, or people that do terrible things in this lifetime, they aren't the same person when they pass over, because they go back to soul state, and that is a much more, that's like you've elevated at 100%. You're moving faster when you leave this body and everything. So everyone is different when they're there. What goes on here is all our life lessons. Let me know if that made sense to you though, Tina, about this church, because I've picked up someone, it's past, and it's a small village, and I'm seeing a church for some reason, and I'm seeing someone walking through it. I feel like they were going there for a wedding actually, and I do feel this is an older person that's passed over. Me, I lived in that village. You described a little church I walk through often. Okay, did you get married in there, Tina? Because someone's walking through there's a ceremony going on, and I feel it's I'm not gonna put age on you, but I feel I've gone back in time for that a little bit. I've gone back a little bit. It's not a recent wedding, so let me know. But yeah, so I've just picked up your lovely little village church, because it's quite quaint as well. So I hope that helps you, Tina. Hope that helps you to understand. Wait for your apology, but live your life here first. You'll get your apology later. That's why we should never hold grudges, especially when people pass. We should just get on with our lives, enjoy the life experience we've got. Things will be corrected once we pass over. So I hope that helps. What have we got, Mr. P? Hi, Samantha. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Sue. Happy Tuesday. Hi, Angela. Hi, Katie. Hi, Shelley Ann from Scotland. Hi, Finita. Is it Finita? If I said that right. Hi, Jimmy. Want to do that one? Any recommendations for meditating? Oh, YouTube. Sounds like we plug YouTube all the time. It's a hard one, meditating. I've said this before. You haven't got to. Yeah. All right, Mr. P. I will plug SPTV as well. Oh no. There are people on SPTV that do meditating, but I know some people struggle. Some people struggle doing guided meditations. Some people struggle doing just music ones or weird frequency ones. It really does depend on the person, what attracts them. Some people need guided because they need someone to sort of almost talk them through it. But you meditate. You meditate during the day. You don't even realise you're doing it, because if you're sat daydreaming in your house, or sat in the garden just daydreaming, or you're doing something and you find you lose focus, that is a form of meditation, because you've slipped into a slight subconsciousness. If you're at the traffic lights in your car waiting for the green light, not a great idea. You can slip off then. That's why so I never toot anyone. And remember this, people, I'd never toot anyone that's at a red light, goes green, because I always give them a little few minutes to pull themselves together, because I've been there we can all easily become absent-minded when we have a few seconds, and it only takes seconds to just have some time to yourself. You can clean your house, hoovering, dusting, decorating, all forms of meditating, because it's whatever makes you feel relaxed and takes your mind off things. Cooking, there's just so many different things. Meditating has this name around it, and everyone assumes you have to sit there in a yoga pose and doing the om sound, which you can do as well, don't get me wrong, but that's when you're a little bit more involved in trying to keep your mind space clear. But meditating comes in all shapes and forms. So if you want to start out and do some meditating, I always recommend a quiet place, the same place. Stick to the same place if you can. It doesn't help moving from one room to the other on a daily basis. It's best to stay in the same place, the same armchair, or lay down on your bed, and literally shut your eyes, take some deep breaths, and just have some time out. If you find that's not, because we all get what they call noise, mind talk. If you find that's not working, then try a guided one. And as Mr. P pointed out, there's a few on SPTV now. You could come into one of those. They're not all daytime ones, are they? Yeah. So there's some on the YouTube channel that we've got as well. But I always say as well, only do 10 minutes if you're a starter. Because I think a lot of people make the mistake of going straight in and picking one for even like an hour, but even 40 minutes it can be too long, because if you're not used to being still that long, then it really is too much sort of for you to do. Your body you can't shut your body down and everything else. You're trying to do too much. So I definitely would say a 10-minute one, and a 10-minute, even for someone like me, 10-minute meditation a day is enough to recharge you and get you focused. It's all you need if you're starting out. So I hope that helps, Jimmy. Let us know if you're still here and that makes sense to you. Obviously look at SPTV's pages. And I've picked for you Hope, number 17. And that's that lovely healing light coming out of there. So that pretty much says, it's hard to see. I don't think you can see it on the screen, but right inside that light that's coming out of her, I say her hands, I'm being sexist here, people. There is a person inside, and it's about healing, but there's a person inside. It looks like there's two arms, because it's literally showing people behind people behind people. Lots of people always, I mean, it can be seen as a healing card, but as soon as I look at that for you, I just feel I want to do something with your hands. I feel like you need your hands more open when you're trying to relax. The worst thing people can do is cross their arms. If they lay down and cross their arms like that, or they cross them across their stomach, or they put them between their legs, anything like that, you straight away put yourself in a little bit of a negative pose or a protective pose. And to meditate, you literally need to sit quite freely, and you just need to sit and relax, arms down the side, and just feel quite loose. And that's why it starts off with some breathing exercises, because it just helps you to soften your breathing and relax the body muscles. But also I feel like you work with your hands. I'm getting, and it's weird because you're working with your hands, but I'm seeing some sort of, I want to say gold nuggets. I don't know what that is. I don't know why they're showing me that. I'm seeing, like, what are they called, Mr. P, back in the cowboy and Indian days when they was digging. Well, I know, but you're very intelligent, Mr. P. You know these things. I've just seen gold nuggets. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I mean, I know. Yeah, I know there's. I know there's golden nugget cereal. But Jimmy, I don't know if you work with your hands. I'm seeing something gold around you. It's like some sort of glass blowing as well. I can't. I'm not getting quite what it is. You'll have to let me know, Jimmy, if that makes any sense to you. It certainly isn't to me. But I feel like there's some hands. You're working with some hands, and there's some gold. Whether it's like the light coming off or the colour of the glass as it's burning, I don't know. But I'm getting that, and I keep getting gold nuggets thrown in my head. Unless you've got some gold nuggets hidden away anywhere, keep that. Don't tell us that. Keep that one private. But I hope that makes sense to you, Jimmy. Let us know. Hi, Julie. Liked any guidance? Appreciate it, please, if you feel drawn. Okay, let me see. Wonder what people do if I go, no, I don't. No. Wow. Yeah, tarot cards say no. Let me see, Julie. Let me see. What? Tarot cards say no. Oh! Sorry, someone's just... No, it's only... Did you hear that? No. I'm the only one in the house as well, so I don't know what that was. I've got some activity going on tonight. I got New Beginnings, number 0. And as I was shuffling, I did get a sense that I feel that you want to... how can I put it? Now, I am always mindful on here. I've always said before, I will be very mindful. It's a two public forums, so I don't like to go into too much detail. But there's something that's pulling me. I feel I'm being pulled 2 ways. I feel like there's a decision that you want to make, but you're how can I put it? You're making excuses not to make that decision. I feel like I want to sort of just gently shove you forward, because I feel that you need to step forward now. There's things that need to be changed. There's things that if you actually had, I'm not going to say use your initiative, but had a little bit of leap of faith and just step forward, that actually things will change and you will start benefiting from that, because we tend to be our own worst enemy when we overthink. Like I was saying with Ian, when don't rush into things and start overthinking things. But we sometimes our mind runs away with us, then our emotions run away with us, and we haven't got a chance to actually work out what still is the best thing for us. And I just feel that that you're sort of, oh no, I won't do that, oh no, I won't. But all the while you're putting that off, you're actually slowing down your progress, your movement forward. And New Beginnings is telling me there's quite a lot going on around you. Also, it's making me look at the earth, what she's standing on, the world, and I just feel... when I look at it, I feel like, because I've just started to slouch a little bit, I feel like at the moment you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's the words I want to use. The weight of the world is on your shoulders at the moment. I'm not getting the actual scenario. So Julie, let me know if any of this is resonating with you, if any of this is starting to make sense. But I feel like that's what I want to go. I keep wanting to lean forward, and I just feel that you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, but actually dissect it a little bit, just take a step back, look at it all, and actually absolutely fits for me right now. Amazing. Okay, I just want you to take sections out. If I was spinning that globe, I'd want to pick different countries out, take them out, juggle them around and put them back in. I feel like you need to just take things, you need to move forward, that's a definite, but you need to take it in sections. You're overcomplicating this situation. That's all I'm going to get with that, Julie. So I'm going to leave it with that. But just deep breaths, as I say to everybody, and just think things through and do small things, but positive steps forward. There's definitely movement forward. You must make movement forward. There is no time now for you to be sitting around and not making a decision. And this weight on my shoulders, this weight of the world, that will start to lift as you bit by bit do bits gradually in small doses. So small steps, but positive movement forward. That's what I'm giving you, Julie. Okay? Much love to you. Katie, get me, I can't be words out. Anyone feel, I don't swear on live thingy. I'm trying not to swear in general. It's bad for your negative vibes. Katie, do spirits always cross over? If not, what happens? Yeah, what spirits are we talking? It's a little bit like the question Tina asked. I truly believe, and it is hard for people not to accept that, and I don't think this is something I always believed. This is something that I've had to do gradually from doing my spiritual work. But whatever whatever that sort of person they are here, I truly believe when they pass over, they are a better person when they pass over. And that's even people that do really bad things, really horrendous things. I still believe they are a better person when they pass over, because they're not a person no more. They are a spirit. That said, of course, we all know there are negative energies. There are negative spirits. You know, people talk about exorcisms and stuff like that. Again, I tend to see more of the good side than the bad side. I don't call it good and evil. I always think the word evil sounds a little bit medieval, actually. It sounds very sort of, you know, devilishy sort of word. So I call it, you know, just energy, bad and good energy. That's all it is. So yes, there can be a negative energy. And again, I believe that they have a little process. So when you pass over, you go to level 1. It's a little bit, you've got to be de-cleansed, de-fleed, or whatever else they want to do with you. And also, you know, come to terms. De-fleed is, well, you know, you don't know what we've picked up. You never know. Look, I'm just saying, you could pick up anything in this lifetime. So you're basically in a little process. It's like a little, you know, detox area. And then you start to move up into your levels. And most people do sort of stay around level 3 and 4, because that's where they can make up there, pretend, you know, like I always say, if you like chocolate cake, you can have as much chocolate cake as you want there. You can, if you're gardening, you've got the beautiful, best garden in the world. You know, they pretty much can make up their lives how they want to be, because they're back in that happy soul state. So, you know, everyone's happy. The ones that start going higher, like I said, are people that are ascending. They've come here to do work. They're light workers. They're ascended masters. They've walked here before. They've, you know, there's lots. It's very complicated, and I've always said it's a much bigger subject to do on any of these shows. But if it's a negative spirit, usually, again, it's somebody that hasn't accepted they've died. Like I said earlier, sudden death, where it was literally a sudden death, and they haven't quite adjusted to how quick that's happened. But I am a great believer that we have our own death date before we are born. We don't remember it when we're born. And when that death, we get sort of 3 dates, actually. And when you know, if you sort of have a couple of dates that you have a near miss, you can get away with it. But on the 3rd one, that's it. It's a bit like that Final Destination film. You can't run away from your you know, your fate, your destiny. So on the 3rd attempt, you've got to go. Some people refuse to go because they're still human and want to stay human, and they've decided they want to break that sort of contract and they don't want to go. And they're usually the ones that can stay in a negative area because they haven't accepted that they've, you know, that's their time's up, and they want to stay here. And sometimes they can attach themselves to other people, not again in a bad way. They don't go making you do bad things. They just aren't ready to let go of their human body. And that's that. And it is as simple as that. It sounds a bit crazy, actually. If anyone else was watching and didn't understand this, they're thinking, no, that don't sound simple. Yeah, and that is only my opinion, because obviously I've studied Ascension. I've done levels 1 to 5 in Ascension. I've done a lot of research on it, and that is my opinion. But everyone does have a different opinion in the spiritual world. That is just how I see it. But I truly, because I'm quite open-minded and I don't like to see everything as good and bad, I truly like to think that everybody has a goodness in them, and everyone passes over and there's a goodness to that, whatever they did in this lifetime, because that makes it more positive, I think, for us to be here and accept some of the stuff that goes on, and know that when we pass over, those things can be forgiven, can be forgotten, because everyone's in a better, you know, happier place. So that gives me hope for a happier life then. When you say that, Katie, I hope you mean happier life here. And you know, it is a hard one, because when people pass, we're still left behind, and we still have all those emotions and thoughts, and we worry. And it's like when people pass and they've been really poorly, and we worry how they are and what's going to happen. But again, you know that's all past. That's gone. So all that illness has passed, and they are better. And even if someone does get stuck in a negative energy and negative, there will be someone there to guide them, help them through. I believe, again, my opinion, that we are met by our main guide when we pass over. They are the one that came with us when we were born, and I believe they are the one that meets us when we pass over. They take us to our place, so to speak, and that is where the rest of our loved ones are as well to greet us. So it's like a great big reunion and party. So I do feel it is a much happier thing. It's just the people left behind are the ones that struggle the most, and until we pass over, we're not going to know what it is like. So there's a lot of beliefs on it, there's a lot of, but I like to see the positive, and that's just how I do it. So people may disagree with me, but you know, I've studied Ascension for many years now, and I've, like I said, done level 1 to 5, and that's just how I see Ascension. So Katie, I've got for you patience number 14. I do feel the situation around you, Katie, that question's got a double meaning. I do feel that I feel I feel a little bit upset, if I was truthful, when I look at that. I do feel that you've actually run out of patience, is what I want to say. That's lovely, and 100% agree. Thank you. I just feel that you've run out of patience with somebody. You feel quite drained by somebody. I'm feeling quite a little bit agitated, but in quite an upset way. And I just feel that's probably not helping your mindset at the moment either. This is affecting your mindset. So this card for me has got two meanings. You've run out of patience with somebody, but I want to say to you, have more patience with yourself. And I think you know what I mean. Where I'm sort of going with that, because I just feel when I look at that, I want to say, be more honest with yourself, be more patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up about things. This, you know, you're only you. Yeah, we're all unique. We're all unique. We shouldn't worry and upset ourselves about how we are or what we look like or how we come across or what someone says to us. We are unique. We are here to be us, how we are, whether imperfections or not. And I just feel that I just want to say to you, be more patient with yourself, be a little kinder to yourself, if that's making any sense to you. I'm going to leave that there, but I hope that does make sense. And like I said, it adds double meaning. There's someone around you that you need to just, if they're annoying you, step back for a bit. But yeah, much love to you, Katie. Okay. Hi, Abby. My granddad passed a couple of weeks back. I hope you're right. Would love to know he's okay with his family and friends. Yeah, the thing is, we've got to stay positive. We have to stay positive. I've lost my grandparents. I've lost my dad. I lost one of my best friend just before I lost my dad. Yeah, I have to stay positive that and they all had things wrong with them that had made the end of their life quite sad. So I'd like to now see that they're happy, they're illness free, that they're looking down, looking around, being wherever, and they're just watching over us, and they're waiting for when we all meet again. And we have to accept as well, as harsh as it is, when our time is up, our time is up, and that is taken away of us. And even when people take their own lives, as terrible as that is, there's something there that made them feel that they couldn't be in this world no more. So, but we have to see the positive, because it's the negative that it brings us down. It's the negative that makes us ponder over it. And the thing is, they've gone. So what, we can't ponder over it. We've got to just remember them with kindness, with love, our memories, and smile, and know that they will be waiting for us. And do you know what, I always say this as well, they can do more for us there than they can here, because there they can see and do everything. Here they were restricted. And no, they don't pop in when we're on the toilet and things like that. I've said that as well. But they are around us constantly. So I hope that makes sense, Abby. And anyone else that's watching, please look at it as a positive when you lose somebody. You've got to do that to try and stay sane and get through the grief. Hi, Cassie. Granddad passed away when my mum was 6 months pregnant with me. Could he possibly be my guide? Okay, again, my opinion might not go down well with others. We have many guides. And of course, our loved ones will come in and be a form of spirit guide. But I don't believe our loved ones or angels are our actual guide. So that's going to upset a few people because I've mentioned the angel word. But angels are archangels. They're very important people. They are second in command to source. So they've got lots of jobs to do, and they have to help everybody. So they can't be a guide to one person. Your granddad would be a loved one, a relative, whether you met him or not, that would look over you in spirit, because obviously he has a connection with your mum. And he would be around you. He could have been there when you were born. He could be around you when you're having any trauma in your life, trying to sort of, because it's like they envelope you. It's like, even though you can't see it, you can feel this sense that they're around you, trying to envelope you when you're having a down day or something's going wrong. When you work spiritually like me, you do get that feeling when you're, I mean, I have down days, I've had a down week, to be fair. So, you know, quite honest about it, spiritual or not. But when you have that and you are spiritual, you actually do feel that them around you more, because you know they're trying to uplift you and get you back on your feet. When you're not as spiritual, it's harder to accept, but they are there. So your granddad is one of your many guides, I'd say. He's not your guide. There is a difference between our main guide from conception. They are only ours. They're like our DNA, and unless we seek them out, we won't know who they are, and no one can tell you who they are. People can see guides around you and your loved ones around you. They do not know who your main guide is from conception. That is only yours. That is between you and them. So granddad for me is a spirit, is your spirit, family spirit, keeping an eye on you if you feel him around. And that's a lovely feeling. So I'm not going to knock that feeling, Cassie. Just be mindful, there are many people that come in our lifetime to help us. Many. We would not even know half of them that are there to help us. We have no idea. So I've just got for you, I never say it, sacral chakra number 2. And that's, if you don't know your chakras, your main 7 go through your body, straight through the middle. They're scientifically proved, so they're not made up. I work with them quite a lot in my healing. I work with them in my holistic therapies because I'm an aromatherapist. Your sacral chakra sits below your belly button. It just sits there in your stomach. It is where we hold our emotions. It is where we hold a lot of our, dare I say the word on live forum, it's our sexual area. So that's why it's so emotional. So it can be quite, that's why we get a lot of stomach complaints, and a lot of when people are nervous, it all churns over, because that's where all our emotions sit. And I just felt there that it's been quite a comfort for you to know that your granddad's been around you, despite the fact you've never met him. But I also feel that onus has been put on you a little bit as well, because it was when mum was pregnant. So I'm getting a sensation that there's been something troubling you lately. Again, I'm mindful it's a live forum. I'm just feeling a little bit, my stomach's churning a little bit while I'm sat here. So I do feel that you're a little bit nervous, upset about something. So Cassie, let me know if that sort of relates to you. But the I can't get my teeth in. The sacral chakra. God, this is why I prefer doing a daytime show, because I can speak properly during the day. Nighttime, I'm no good to anyone. But it's also areas that if you get in trouble with look at me, I'm not a doctor either before anyone starts going off, but I am a trained therapist, so I have practiced certain things. It's where we get stomach complaints, we can get kidney complaints, your spleen can play up. I'm trying to think because I'm a reflexologist. There's various areas there, and I'm just getting a little bit of churning there, Cassie. So I don't know if there's a little bit something going on with you emotionally at the moment. It's causing you a little bit of upset and distress. I want to go, yes, I'm a worrier. Okay. So it's obviously the anxiety. Normally, though, that moves up a little bit to the solar plexus, but it can sort of sit between the two. I want to get my dowser out and give you a good, I feel like I want to. A worry. Shut up, Mr. P. I'm never going to be able to finish this show if I can't get my words out. So I said warrior, a warrior. So, so I just feel you could probably doing a little bit of work on yourself, a little bit of self-healing, or just taking some time out for yourself. That can pass. You can clear your chakras out quite easily. Anyone can do that. It doesn't take, again, quick 10-minute meditation on your chakras, get them back in line, and everything will be okay. But you look after yourself, Cassie, and get your hands on that area and do some healing. Much love to you. And if I get my words out wrong again, I'm leaving. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, that's hilarious. Who's on? Hi, Tyler. You're in the house. Hi, Sue. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Rachel. Lovely Rachel. Hi, Shelley. I think we've done Shelley. Haven't we done Shelley? Oh, I don't know. No. Hi, Lisa. Who should we have, Mr. P? Who have we got, Mr. P? Yeah. I'm just waiting for Mr. Producer to put the comments up for me, people. I'm not ignoring you. Hi, Jeanette. Can anyone... Keep it on there, Mr. P. It just jumped between two. Come on, I haven't got the techno. Well, it must be my psychic aura tonight. I seem to be bouncing off the walls with the smoke alarm and my words coming out wrong. And I've even noticed that I'm starting to flare up in a red rash. Can anyone develop spiritual skills? Right, Jeanette, I'm going to be serious now. Yes. Moving on. No, they can. And again, people will disagree. I'm going to say, I haven't said it for a while. I haven't said it on the show for some months. I really hate the word gifted. I hate it with a passion. You are not gifted. We are not gifted. Well, we are gifted human beings. We're here to be the gift of love and light. But it is not a gift. It is an ability. It is an ability that we were all born with. It is an ability that we are much more. That's why children are more susceptible to it, because they are more open-minded. That they're more pure. They have no boundaries. That's why we're here to sort of keep them in check. So they have a much more open and honest outlook on life. Unfortunately, as we grow older, we become materialistic, not intentionally either. That's just a society. And we start going on a more serious path. And obviously, there's marriage, jobs, children. There's all sorts of things we experience. So not everyone then stays on that spiritual journey. They start going into sort of what I call the normal sort of the normal life. And yeah, that's just, and there's a reason that people do that. Like I said, we can't all be doing it because there's reasons we're here. But so if suddenly you were enlightened or at a moment where you suddenly thought, you know what, there's more to life than this and I want to do something about it, that is when you can then go and find a good workshop, a good group. We've got some great learning activities on SPTV, and you can go and find out what it is you think you're drawn to. The downside is you may not know, because it's not a sudden overnight thing. You just know suddenly you're seeing things differently or you're feeling differently. So it may take a bit of practice to find out what it is for you. I came into this quite late, although I was seeing spirit at the age of 5 and through my teens, and even in my first marriage when my children were young. I didn't really have the support and didn't want to tell people. And when I did, I got sort of laughed at, so I sort of ignored it. I catapulted back into it 6 years ago, and it's not really let up since then. It's literally like taken over. I'm a natural tea leaf. Sounds like a natural tea leaf. I'm a natural tarot reader and a tea leaf reader. I didn't know I was until I did it, and it just literally comes natural to me. I didn't even understand the cards as such, but I can pick a card and read it. So there are abilities that you will know straight away. You think, oh, actually, I'm quite good at that, or I'll quite enjoy that, and it strengthens. And you also, as you grow, you'll know things, but you won't know why you know things, because the more you open up your spiritual path, the more you start understanding, and you just know things. You just, because it starts coming back, because memory starts coming back. And like I said, in this life, we've lived many other lives, and in those lives we could have done many other different things. So it, so yes, the definite yes. And again, if anyone wants to disagree with me, they can, but I do not believe anyone is gifted out there. Now, mediumship's a little bit different. Again, because we have the lovely Matt and Kirsty do I'm going to get a card for you actually, Janet. Number 1, Mr. Producer, love begins. Mediumship, you can still learn, you can still develop, is what I'm going to say, but mediumship can be a little bit different. So your spiritual awareness, everyone has got one way or the other. It's about your kindness and how you react with people and how you deal with things. And then your spiritual journey, psychic ability is a definite yes. Everyone's got psychic abilities. I mean, they even use it in the army. They bring people in to use things. The police use psychics. They know it is an ability that you can tune into and work on. Mediumship, to talk to the people that have passed, to talk to spirit, to connect to trance, that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of commitment. And that isn't always as easy as for someone to naturally start doing. So I always say a medium can be a psychic, but a psychic is not necessarily a medium. And although I do mediumship, my strongest point has still been my psychic ability, which is why I put the psychic bit first before the mediumship, because it just sits better for me. I don't disrespect what I can do in my mediumship, but I don't put myself up on a platform like some of the brilliant people we've got on here, because it's not where I'm comfortable. But it's also, so like I said, it's something you have to respect and honour, because that's quite a lot of work. So I hope that makes sense to you, Jeanette. And if you're thinking about it, because when I picked your card, as I was talking to you, I thought I've got to pick your card now. The Love Begins card, it's got a beautiful rainbow behind it. And the water, and I always say this, water is about emotions. It's about development. It's letting things flow nicely. And that rainbow and that water is telling me that you have been looking at doing something, but something's holding you back. I feel that I feel like the question that you've asked is what's holding you back. You don't feel you can, and most people feel this. Even I did this 6 years ago. I feel that you feel that you're not able enough to do it, and you don't want to be I don't want to be derogative, but I feel like you'll be silly. You feel like, and you don't want to be made to feel silly. The biggest problem with spiritual journeys is this myth that's still around us, that we are entertainers, or we're dangerous people, or we're devil worshippers. And I'm not saying there's some people out there that aren't, unfortunately practicing like that, but it's been going on for centuries. Kings and queens use psychics and mediums to help and guide them. I mean, I'll admit that if they got it wrong, I think they put them in the dungeons. But we were, psychic counselling. They were counsellors years ago before counsellors were. We were used when it suited them, and then thrown in the dungeons or burnt at the stake when it didn't. And I think that myth has come through centuries and centuries and centuries, and that's why there's still people mock it. And also because people are scared of it, because if you haven't seen spirit, or you don't have that connection, and people are, we tend to scare people, because they're like, why can they? But actually it's the intriguement that scares them. It's not because we're dangerous people. So that Love Begins just tells me you're thinking of doing something. And if you are, Jeanette, please do, because it's one of the best things you can do. So I hope that makes sense, Jeanette. Who have we got next, Mr. P? Oh, adverts time. So tonight at 10:30 UK time, we have the lovely Divine Sparkle with Ricky and Tyler. And they will be doing mediumship and oracle readings. And have they dyed their hair, or have they changed their picture? Or have you done? Oh, bless you, boys. I can't stay up and watch it because I've got to get up really early for my new job tomorrow. I've got to go to bed after this. So then tomorrow we have Live with Spirit at 8 p.m. UK time. And who's the lucky reader? The lucky reader is a lucky diff at the moment. So there you go, people. But yeah, Live with Spirit, and that's free readings with whoever the lucky reader is. So if you're not getting enough from me tonight, go on tomorrow and you'll get more. Can't see it, Mr. Pete. All right, Tim. Psychic. What? Don't have to. Don't. Yeah. I don't mind. Oh, no. Psychic awareness is an extension of your sensitivity. The ability to do mediumship is the ability to take that psychic awareness and move it to the frequency that we understand as the spirit world, and then develop the ability. Yeah. I said it simpler than that, I think, Tim. There's a more. I can only see little bits of it. Yeah. Hi, Craze. Oh, Vanji. I'm not going to say that. I've got it wrong, but there you go. Hi, Erin. Is it my lot in life to be trapped by family who are using me? Am I trapped in a karmic cycle? It's not anyone's lot to be trapped anywhere. And it's quite an interesting phrase you've used there, Erin, because you say who are using you. If anyone's using you or mistreating you or just taking advantage of you in any way, shape or form, we have to ask ourselves, why are we allowing it? Because we do that. We allow that to happen. If we keep making excuses for people's behaviour or how they act, then we are allowing that to happen because we have a choice. It's as they have a choice to behave like that, we have a choice to not accept that. So you've trapped yourself. Sorry if that sounds a bit harsh. I can be a little bit outspoken when I have to be, but we're all guilty of it. We all trap ourselves. We all tend to tolerate more than we should, and then unfortunately that's when some things snap. Something can snap and a person can't take no more, and God forbid, do things that they shouldn't, or a person just snaps and and has a breakdown, all sorts of things. So we have to take responsibility for our own well-being. It is nobody else's responsibility to look after us. It is only us that we're responsible for. And the karmic cycle, yes, I do agree that we can follow a karmic cycle from a previous past life. That is quite common, and we can keep doing it as well. If you ever have regression or like a soul realignment and go back, you would know that you could have traits that you have literally kept bringing in. So we have about 200 past lives, so you could literally just keep bringing that in over and over again because you're not learning it and you're not dealing with it. So I would say it's time to face up to it. I am feeling, when you say trapped by family who are using you, I just feel that I feel like this duty. I want to say duty of care. I feel that there's some sort of formal duty that goes on in your family. I can't quite get what they're showing me. So it's like I'm not going to say it's like religion. But I'm feeling there's a duty there. There's a duty that's been almost bestowed on you. I can't. Let me pick your card. Balance, number 11, Mr. P. I can't get my finger. I'm trying to be, again, I hate this when we're on a live forum, but I'm not going to disrespect somebody's beliefs just because I'll do spiritual work. But I just feel that the feeling of being entrapped and being used is like you are actually in a situation that's just almost been created and created and created and created. That's the only way I want to keep saying it. And that balance card is telling me that you're totally off. I mean, that's it's like an angel has risen there and trying to look down. And they've got if you know anything about tarot, he's holding all the tools to the tarot cards. He's got the cups, the swords, the wands and the pentacles, and that's showing there's a balance in their life. And I think for you need to work out what it is that you're actually needing, because I feel this entrapment actually suits you also, although it's making you unhappy in other ways. There's an element to it that you're actually using as a crutch, and I feel that I want to sort of, I'm not going to say knock you off balance, but you do need to do some work on yourself to work out what it is that you're missing, what it is that you're relying on, which is why you're allowing this situation to go on. So I hope that makes sense, Erin. And like I said, I'm not going to go too much into somebody's family and how things are done. I'm not disrespecting how things are done or should be done. There's no right or wrong, but we do have to take ownership of our own well-being. That's only down to us. And if you want to break that karmic cycle, doing it again, Mr. P, if you want to break that cycle, you've got to do that work on yourself to find out why you allow yourself to feel used, because that's how I'm getting that out. I feel like you're allowing yourself to be used. And the entrapment, there are two words there you might want to work on. So I hope that makes sense, Erin. And much love to you. Hi, lovely Joanne. Haven't seen you for ages. Anything for me, please, Jane? Why can't I connect with my loved ones but often dream about them? Please, Jane. So, Joanne, you are connecting with your loved ones. In fact, if anyone else is watching, anyone else is having weird dreams, I've certainly been having loads in the last year. Joanne, obviously, I know you from spiritual world, and I also know that you do your own work. So I don't connect with my loved ones. It's not personal. I don't get upset by it no more. I think it's sometimes us. We can help others. We don't always tend to look after ourselves. Like I've just said to Erin, we got to take responsibility for ourselves. But if you dream about them, then you are, because that's how I do mine. And that's how I get my messages from my loved ones, when I dream, when in my sleep state, in my subconsciousness. So you are definitely connecting with them, but I know what you're asking, because I know you worked with others and you can connect to other people's loved ones, and that's what you're looking at doing for yourself. You're clearly doing it in a different way, Joanne. And again, I'm not going to go into too much detail, as I know you, but it may be because it's something that you need, you need at the moment, but actually you don't. You're looking too much, and you should enjoy what you're seeing in your dreams. I've actually got for you temptation number 15. And I don't know. I'm sorry, scratch. Joanne, I know. Again, I'm mindful because I know Joanne, and I know she's had a lot of stuff, and I don't like to talk about them. But how's your hair? I want to go. How's your hair, Joanne? Because I'm itching my head. I don't know why I'm itching my head. I don't know if anything's making your hair play up again. Let me know, because I'm looking at you and I'm doing this. Temptation for me straight away. When you see all that going up around him and that key pushing it away, I feel that at the moment what you're doing is you're trying too hard to do what to connect to your children, and that's what's causing it. It's like you're over trying. It's like you're not allowing it to come naturally, and I think there's an element of what you're worried there. So the dreams is doing it in a softer way, so they're coming to talk to you when you're asleep, because it's actually more gentle for you. And I think where you are literally doing the readings for everybody else and bringing spirit forward, it's easy because you're not connected to that. And that temptation tells me you're putting too much on yourself, because you're almost saying to yourself, well, I can do this, so why can't I do this? And you're not actually giving yourself the credit where credit is due. So don't be tempted to let that ego pop in a bit there. There's a reason you're protecting yourself. Allow your children to come through in the dreams for now, because I think that's the best way forward for you at the moment, and stop putting too much pressure on yourself. Carry on reading for your clients and your sitters, and accept what you're doing there. don't put too much pressure on yourself in your personal, because none of us are perfect. I can't read my own cards because we use our logical brain when we're doing ourselves, and we don't do that when we're reading for others because we've got no connection. So I hope that makes sense to you, Joanne, and I hope you're taking care of yourself. And sorry for itching my hair, because I just feel that something's irritating your hair. I don't know if it's any medication, but much love to you. Hi, Gal. I've a lot of emotional turmoil that can't do it again last year. A major loss I'm hoping to find out by developing my spiritual side, if it helped me find strength to continue parenting and comfort for myself. Oh, okay, Gail. Yeah. Everyone's gone through emotional turmoil this year, and loss on top of that. It's just not helping anyone's mindset. I've never cried so much in this year as what I've cried in my entire life. And anyone that knows me knows I'm not a crier. Well, I can have my moments, but this year really has affected me in lots of ways. And it's not even the lockdown. I just think this year it's just lots of things. And it's good to cry. It's good to be emotional. It's not good when we can't control it. When we cry and we know we're upset or we know why, that's great. When we're crying uncontrollably and we don't know how to stop it, then we need to look at how we can maybe seek assistance to sort of help that. Obviously, you said you've had a major loss. Again, grief, there's no time scale on grief. Grief can take years. It can take, some people, can adjust quickly. But, there's a span that they say between up to 3 years is the main grievance period. But there is no one specific. So someone may do that in 3 years, but other people could go on longer. So don't beat yourself up about the loss. And you're saying you're hoping to find out about developing your spiritual side. Sometimes it takes a trauma and it takes our emotional state to kickstart that and actually get us on par. But we do need to be around the right people for that. And I always strongly say that, because we're vulnerable. When you're like that, you're vulnerable, and you need to make sure you've got good supporting people around you. And unfortunately, not everyone is when they see people like that. So make sure you do your homework, or, like I said, go on our page and look at some of the learning stuff. Some great groups on here, really great groups, even ones you can just come in on the Zoom, and if you're a member, and just sit and listen. So don't ever feel alone, and don't be scared to ask for guidance, because I think there's so many people, and in the chat, you're on the YouTube, I can see, so on the chat you'll know that lots of people on that chat came in over a year ago, 18 months ago, watching this channel just so that they had someone to talk to, listen to. And some of those now have become mediums themselves. They've just, really have come along in leaps and bounds. So it's a great community, if nothing else. So get chatting to some of the people on there, and they can give you the support and that you need there. And help me find strength to continue parenting and comfort for myself. That was the bit that worried me the most when I read that. Parenting is a hard job. I've been doing it for 32 years. I know I look so young. It is the hardest job in the world. There is no book with it. There are no labels with it, and no child is the same. And it's tough. When you're down, it's harder to cope with children, because it's so hard to try and stay focused, or you give them all your strength and sort of help them, and then you have your moment on your own where it just can't take it. But it's the strength to continue as a mother. The strength from within is amazing, what you can draw from in. Those children need you. Those children, rely on you. When I said we have to take ownership for ourselves, that is right as an adult. But children, when we choose to have children, we are there to guide them until they are ready to step out and be their own person. That said, when they get to teenagers, that they do become their own people, and it's a bit of a tough battle. But you are there to help them, and you must never underestimate your parenting or your strength as a mother to continue doing that. And the comfort it should come from knowing that you're getting them on the right path. Gail, I'm not going to say too much. That last sentence worried me a little bit. I felt a little bit worried. I want to say to you, please do speak to someone privately. I've got positive movement forward for you, number 8. even go onto our, if you are a member of SPTV, please do go onto the group chat, talk to people. Talking helps, definitely. And there are a lot of mums. Like I said, I'm a mother of 3, a grandmother of 2. There's a lot of mums on there with all different parenting advice. Don't ever feel alone. Even if you're not getting the support from your family, please don't ever underestimate your parenting, how much your children need you. And that comfort for yourself will come when you sort your emotional state out and deal with how you're feeling. And I think your spiritual path will help you do that. And then you'll start seeing how you're parenting as well. You're trying to do too much and you're beating yourself up over it. You're entitled to still grieve and try and be a parent. So I'm going to apologise if the dog barks because someone's shouting outside my house. Positive movement forward that's what it's telling me. I always say I love this card. It's a beautiful sea. The sun's going down. That boat's sailing towards it. That's what I want you to aim for, gal. I want you to see that as a positive move. Head towards the sun. Look at things that make you smile. I know that sounds easier said than done, but I want you to try and find some positives, even if they're really small ones, and keep doing that. And even get a journal. Maybe get a daily journal, write things down, even write when you feel bad, the bad stuff. But I want you to look at the things, how positive they are, and keep reminding yourself of that and get on that spiritual path. I'm happy for you to message me privately and I can give you some advice on some of the people on the channel. Like I said, go to our admin page. Terry, the lovely admin, there's loads of help on it. Please do not feel you haven't got that help. I'm going to leave it there. I just want you to stay positive and look for positive things, even if they're small things. Find one positive thing a day, okay? And much love to you, girl. Okay. Okay, don't forget, people, Ricky and Tyler are on at 10:30 UK time after me. I'll be tucked up in bed because I start my new job at the hospital tomorrow, so I can't watch them. But please do tune into them. Hi, Julia. Also, remember, if you haven't wondered who I've been talking to all night, you're on the wrong forum. No, you're not on the right forum, but I've been on YouTube and Facebook tonight. So it does get a bit confusing, but I'm not talking to myself. We're not making it up. But please do go over and subscribe. And anyone that tunes in late, I am Jane Morton, psychic counsellor, and I'm on every fortnight giving you all my lovely advice. Hi, Sarah Jane. Okay, so I hope everyone has a lovely rest of the week. I will be back on Sunday for the lovely Sunday sofa with my lovely co-hosts. And you all take care of yourself. And please remember, anyone that's tuned in tonight that's having any problems, thanks, Olivia. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm a bit nervous. Anyone, who's tuned in and I'm feeling low. And like I said, I've openly admitted that. I'd like to think it's thousands of people watching me, but who knows? I've been very emotional this week. I have very up and down weeks. Never used to be like that. Don't beat yourself up over it. Be honest about it. Talk about it. But most of all, trust the people that have tuned in on air, and go on our forum. There's some great people on there. They'll tell you how it's helped them. And please do ask for anything you need on the SPTV, because that's what we're here for. That's why we go out and do these shows, to try and help people. It's not just all of spiritual, it's to help and brighten everyone's day. So much love to you all. Hi, Marion. Bye, Marion, because I'm now going to go and have a quick cup of tea. But love, you're welcome, girl. You look after yourself, and you don't ever think you're not a good parent, okay? But much love to you all. I will see you all on Sunday, and I'll be the one holding my eyes out of matchsticks because they're 12-hour shifts. But yeah, I will see you all then, and you all take care of yourself. Good night.